task of taming CJ Greaves here in round 9. Here is your lineup for Pro Stock side-by-side. On the front row, it'll be Jeb Boodle alongside Colin Kearns. In the second row, Colin Truitt alongside the points leader, CJ Greaves. Row number 3 is Owen Van Epperen and one of your own, Lena. Tyson Marquardt starts in the 6th spot. Jake Kosmecki and Dave Mason Jr. will be in the 4th row. Another Lena boy, Dylan Marquardt, starts 9th alongside Josh Bayer. Colton Krajicek, his first weekend in Pro Stock side-by-side, will start 11th alongside Brandon Groh.
Well, we're about ready to take the green flag. Richie Kulop pulls off one more time. Jeb Boodle, Colin Kearns, your top 2. They're going to take the green flag. Here we go. CJ Greaves getting out of line right away.
Yeah, so did Colin Truitt. Both of those drivers from the 2nd row, and wow, Boodle was making all kinds of contact there with Colin Kearns as they landed off that front jump. Everybody able to settle in a little bit here. It's Boodle, Truitt, Kearns, your top 3 into turn 2. Van Epperen trying the outside line. Big push there from Van Epperen.
Yeah, they're 3 wide going through that section there. There's Boodle in that 41 Yamaha trying to run out front here early.
Looks like a little bit less water put down here than what we saw for Pro Spec a few moments ago. Perfect racetrack for these Pro Stock cars. Boodle is going to lead lap 1.
Yeah, they've been working with this track all weekend long just to give each and every race car the right track. You got to give them credit. It's not easy to keep the dust down or to keep that moisture in the track. There's CJ Greaves working that bottom side already.
Trying to work his way past Colin Kearns. Kearns had a really nice run yesterday, ended up 5th. Battled among the lead pack the entire way. He'll be the first one here in round 9 that has to try to keep CJ Greaves behind him.
Yeah, you see a glimpse of Owen Van Epperen in that Power Sports 1 Yamaha trying to reel in these top 2.
Truitt, meanwhile, was trying to close up on Jeb Boodle. I love the comment from Truitt when him and Boodle were both on the podium yesterday. That they make him fast down south, I believe was the quote from Colin Truitt. He's from Nebo, North Carolina. Boodle from Yemassee, South Carolina.
Yeah, Truitt's not going away. He's running that pace up front. Owen Van Epperen that last time by was the quickest on the racetrack, and he finds himself in 5th.
Yeah, I think this whole top 5 group is so evenly matched.
Oh, look at Truitt.
Trying to beat Boodle to the spot. He gave him a little shove, and off he goes. Colin Truitt, your new race leader here in Pro Stock.
Boy, that was tire-to-tire contact, so no harm, no foul. Boodle has to go back to work, try to hunt him back down.
Yeah, that was a physical pass, but 100% clean there by Colin Truitt. Trying to pick up his first win here at Champ Off-Road. Like you said, Boodle back to the drawing board now. Meanwhile, Greaves was just trying to push Colin Kearns out of the way, and I think he might have made that pass happen. He did not, so Kearns able to hold on to 3rd. There is Colin Kearns at the number 10. There was pretty heavy contact that happened in the background.
Look at CJ tiptoeing his way around on that bottom. He can't make that pass there. Kearns holding off. CJ Greaves, here comes Owen Van Epperen once again.
Yeah, Kearns had a strong run yesterday and looks really strong here in the early laps in round 9. I think he's just feeling it here at Dirt City Motorplex. You see Van Epperen trying to drag race CJ Greaves. That's going to leave Owen stuck on the outside into turn 3.
Boy, Owen got a good drive on that inside. Look at, he's going to button up to CJ Greaves. That number 5 Power Sports 1 ride had to get on the binders there.
Yeah, CJ was just moving over on him, trying to push him up against that tractor tire. There is Jake Kosmecki trying to join that fray. Excellent battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the racetrack right now. All that pressure from Van Epperen's letting Kearns breathe just for a little bit here.
Yeah, Kearns is trying to move his way forward, but you got to protect as well when you have CJ Greaves working his way up to your back bumper.
Greaves once again trying to close in on Kearns as they go into turn 2. And they were just a couple inches apart there through the apex of that corner.
Look at CJ, gave him a little bump and run. He says, hey, I want that spot, and he takes it away.
Took it away by force. Now let's watch Kearns battle back. He's right on the bumper of Greaves as they go into turn 4.
Kearns now going to try to work his way back on CJ Greaves. There's Greaves now holding on to that bottom side.
Man.
Now Van Epper needs to go back to work.
Yeah, Kearns is just not backing down right now. We have come to the halfway point. This race flying by here for the Pro Stock side-by-side class. Colin Truitt, your leader at halfway. As I said, looking for his first win here in Champ Off-Road. Had a bit of a tough start to his season, but really starting to pick up some momentum. Third in round 8 yesterday. And Boodle second yesterday at the end of it. Finds himself second on the racetrack. Now he's stuck between Colin Truitt, who's obviously bad fast, and CJ Greaves, who is also bad fast.
I know there's so many quick competitors in this division, and we've seen some contact, Shane, but I don't think there was nothing wrong with that contact. CJ, it was just a matter of time to try to get to that bottom side. We've seen Corey Winter in round 8 try to make that pass on Ricky G on a slide job, so you got to do what you got to do.
Well, while it's relatively quiet on the racetrack here at halfway in Pro Stock, we'll check in trackside once again with Haley Shanley.
Still very much invested in this title fight is the number 5 of Owen Van Eperen, and they had a lot of work to do last night because he was telling me that he has been battling a power steering issue since ERX, and that's been plaguing him a little bit. So he said he's mostly noticing it in the second half of the race, and that makes it hard to diagnose and figure out after practice and qualifying. So it happened again yesterday. He said we changed just about everything, so we'll see how the attitude of the car looks in this second half. But again, power steering issues hopefully have been remedied for the second half for Owen Van Eperen.
Thanks, Haley. And yeah, I can't imagine what kind of fight it is to try to battle it out in such a talented field while also wrestling that car around the racetrack. We'll see if Van Eperen, wow, as they all stack up behind Truitt. A little bit of an accordion going on there. And right away, Greaves able to pull alongside Boodle.
Yeah, it looked like CJ Greaves got a little help from Kearns on that restart, bumped him ahead of Boodle. Boodle might go down another spot.
Yeah, Kearns is going to be wheel to wheel with Boodle as they go through the rhythm section. Boodle just got left behind on that start. So Boodle barely able to hold on, and then he catches another bumper there from Colin Kearns.
Yeah, Truitt better protect these inside lines because CJ Greaves has definitely found some speed here in this second half already.
How about this run by Boodle coming out of turn 3 and down the backstretch? Can he force Greaves to run a little bit wide?
This is gonna get good, Shane. These top 3 are pretty close.
And Greaves just taking no prisoners right now. We'll see how he tries to play it here as he tries to move his way past Colin Truitt.
Boy, look at that straightaway speed by these top 2. CJ's gonna go wide here. Watch, he's gonna file it out, go to the bottom side. It's just textbook. CJ knows where to go.
Didn't work for him that time. He will fall back in line behind Colin Truitt. Jeb Boodle still in that 3rd spot. Man, you can see Greaves looking for an opening. He's just waiting for Truitt to make that one critical mistake.
Yeah, he's patient. If anyone out here this weekend is patient, it's CJ Greaves. He knows there's a lot going on. There's a lot of laps left. Time clock still above 4 minutes. And oh, Marquardt down in the hellhole. And these guys got the memo late. They had to get hard on the brakes.
Yeah, tough break for Dylan Marquardt. Though it does look like he will stay out there on the lead lap.
Well, now they'll go again. These top 3 are bumper to bumper.
I don't want to say Boodle gained under that caution, but it seemed like he came out of there a little closer than when they went in. That'll tighten up this whole lead pack just a little bit. So who's going to flinch first here?
I don't know. Colin's been doing a fine job. He's playing that protected line, but you don't want to overprotect it. It'll push you out wide. Doing a great job on that inside. Here comes CJ Greaves. Watch that crossover. He's going to dive to the bottom.
Is he going to force Truitt wide? He will not. So he had a chance there to be a little physical and decided not to. He'll fall back in line again behind Colin Truitt.
Boy, they're driving right through the blue groove now, so these tires are really digging in.
Once again, Greaves Setting up to the inside of Truett in turn 5, and they make some more contact.
Yeah, a little smoke going on the tires. They're a little rubbing going, trying to figure it out for CJ Greaves. He's working really hard.
Everything he has thrown at Truett, Truett has been able to fight off. We'll go once again trackside. Haley, what do you have for us?
Well, in the pits earlier today, a number of different racers told me pretty much the same thing, and that when it comes to CJ Greaves, he is so difficult to pass. So if you're going to beat him, your best defense is to play a brilliant defense with him, because when he gets around you, he doesn't make mistakes, and his mistakes are very rarely costly. He's able to regroup so quickly and not lose a lot of time. So a guy like Colin Truett right now holding him off, this has been fun to watch, but CJ is looking to make a run now.
CJ alongside Colin Truett through turn 4, a little bump and run, and Truett out in the soft stuff. He's going to lose another spot, and here comes Jeb Boodle now to the back bumper of CJ.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time before CJ Greaves was getting impatient. He wanted to get around and try to check out on this field, and Truett, he was just in a bad place.
Yeah, I was wondering when CJ was going to pick that spot. You could tell he had many opportunities to make that same pass just about every corner around the racetrack. Finally made it happen in turn 4.
Hey, Boodle's not going away. He's back up to the back bumper of Greaves once again. We'll see if he returns the favor and tries to do a slide job.
I don't think Colin Truett's backing down either. You can tell there's a fire lit under him right now. 90 seconds to go before we'll see the white flag. See if Boodle can dig deep here. Closing stages, you see there is Marquardt, Dylan Marquardt running a little bit off the pace. He will go a lap down. Tough break for the Lena local there.
CJ Greaves gonna click off another lap. Less than a minute to go when they cross that stripe.
Yeah, we should still have 3 laps left in this one though, Brent. And there are parts on this racetrack where Boodle closes back up on CJ Greaves. He just needs to put it together basically for the remainder of this race, if we're being honest. Trying to run that pace. Now you see Greaves running a little bit more inside line through turn 2.
Yeah, and you see on those inside corners, it's really blue grooved off, but slower is sometimes faster, Shane, in the car. You don't want to go too fast through those turns. You'll turn it around. That Monster Energy back 33 is just looking bad fast here in the second half.
Two laps to go the next time they cross the finish line. There is Greaves crossing the stripe here at Dirt City. Gained about 1/10 of a second that time over Jeb Boodle. Boodle definitely at this point running out of time. There's Greaves making his way through turn 2. Managed to dodge all the ruts and holes that have developed throughout this race. 2 days of racing almost in the books of this track, pretty well used up. And they just went by a car that was stopped off to the side, and that was Colin Truett. So Colin Truett has dropped out of this one. That will move Owen Van Epperen up into the top 3. There is Truett.
Yeah, his day looks to be done. They're putting the toe strap on the front bumper. Tough break for him, Shane.
Yeah, he had been parked there since the previous lap. Not sure what led to him retiring early, so tough break for Truett. There is Greaves. White flag out now for our race leader. It's Greaves, Boodle, Van Epperen, and Tyson Marquardt, the local kid, up into the top 4.
Greaves going through that infield section, hanging it out a little bit more. The track really falling apart, but if anyone can find the right line throughout this day, it's going to be the 33 Monster Energy back ride of Greaves. He's just smooth sailing here on this final lap.
Yeah, at least here in Pro Stock side by side, the weekend has belonged to CJ Greaves. He will jump onto the front straightaway for the final time, and the checkered flag will fly. CJ Greaves, your round 9 winner in Pro Stock side by side. Great effort by Jeb Boodle, but just could not keep the pace at the end. And Owen Van Epperen, staying close to CJ in the points chase, will finish in that 3rd spot. See Boodle and CJ sharing a thumbs up between one another. Definitely hard fought between those two, and man, there was a couple laps where Boodle was just throwing everything he had at CJ. And I asked at the halfway point who was going to flinch. Well, CJ didn't, that's for sure.
No, CJ, it's hard to get him to flinch, and he had to be a little aggressive at some points in that race, but those Toyo tires really dug in deep, and he got the job done once again.
Here's your unofficial results from Pro Stock side-by-side. Greaves, a clean sweep here at the Motorplex. Boodle second for the second day in a row. Van Eperen on the box in third. Lena's own Tyson Marquardt in fourth. And Dave Mason Jr. in the top five. We'll take a short break. And when we come back, right back to racing. Pro Lite a few moments away here at the Dirt City Off-Road National.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Welcome back, everyone, once again to AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. I'm Brent Smith alongside Shane Stetsny, Haley Shanley down trackside, giving us all the information throughout this weekend in the Pro Division. And man, oh man, the Pro Lights are out on this racetrack. They didn't really do much prep. We have some rain in the forecast heading our way, so we're trying to move things along, Shane.
Yeah, it is ever so slightly sprinkling outside. So we're gonna stay racing here. But like you said, Pro Lite's getting a minimally prepped racetrack here, as if they needed any more help trying to get themselves rolled over. There's your Yokohama top qualifier, Trey Gibbs. No surprise, he set the fast lap of the race in round 8. Ended up with about a 10-second win over the rest of the field. Actually, just about 11 seconds over Carson Parrish and everybody else. And then he got on the podium and said, yeah, today wasn't my best effort. He was not happy with his drive. He made a couple mistakes and still won by almost 11 seconds. But here is your lineup for Pro Lite in round 9. It'll be Carson Brown and Michael Funk. On the front row behind them, Johnny Holtger and Trey Gibbs. Tyler Remreed, Antonio Inglesi in that third row. Carson Parrish and Matt Wood round out your starting order. So 8 trucks, but 8 competitive trucks. We saw Remreed running up near the front for a little bit yesterday. He ended up finishing a couple laps down. Another good day yesterday for Michael Funk, only 16 years old. Funk gets the start on the front row alongside Carson Parrish in that number 8.
Well, Shane, here we go once again. Pro Lite round 9 about to take off. It's Funk, Parrish on the front row, then it's Gibbs and Holtger.
It's like Michael Funk might have gotten a little bit better start heading into turn 1 on that outside, and he did. So Michael Funk with the early lead. Holtger and Parrish banging doors a little bit as they went through the rhythm section.
You know, Funk has the confidence. He's been on the podium already in 2024. He's looking very smooth here early. Johnny Holtger in that Yokohama Tires 44, getting around Parrish. His eyes are set on Funk now.
Yeah, Holtger just made it happen on the outside there in turn 3. One thing about the minimal track prep before the Pro Lites hit the track is there is a really nice cushion already on the racetrack, so that's perfect for Pro Lite. That's exactly what you want in these trucks.
Yeah, you don't want to drive in it too deep, though. You really get stuck down on that cushion, but you're right, Shane. It's already developed, so you're going to see these trucks get up and go right away.
Here comes Trey Gibbs trying to snake his way through the field. Looks like he'll be able to get around Carson Parrish if he can make it stick, and he can. So Gibbs on the cushion through turn 1, able to get up into that 3rd spot. Now he will go to work on Johnny Holtger. See Holtger trying to run a little bit more inside than Funk. Funk was way outside there through turn 2.
Yeah, Funk's been really playing that cushion and kind of going over it a little too deep, so he just needs to calm down a little bit, focus where he wants to go. He knows he has that speed. Look at that gap over Holtger right now.
Really good early run for Michael Funk. This time he's able to park that truck right on the cushion. Trying to get the power to the ground through those hand-cooked tires. And he will lead another lap here in Pro Lite. Take a look at the lap times. Johnny Holtger did gain a few tenths that previous time, so Holtger may be on the move.
Yeah, Holtger's been sticking to that bottom line. He pushed a little bit, and there's a big hole right there on exit. He'll have to straddle it next time by.
Yeah, we saw yesterday exactly what can happen to a Pro Lite if you catch that hole. Again,
look at Johnny Holtger going for the lead. He takes it over for now.
Funk's going to have that run, though, coming off the outside of turn 2 to the bottom of turn 3, and Funk slides back in front of Holtger, at least for a moment. Now they're going to go door to door.
That was a nice outside-inside move by Johnny Holtger. We call that a textbook pass.
Now let's see if Funk can go back to work. He's staying on the back bumper of Holtger as they go into turn 5.
Hear the brakes squealing going down into the hellhole. Here comes Gibbs now. He's going to work on Funk.
See if Funk can hold off the points leader, Trey Gibbs. Gibbs 6 wins through the first 8 rounds here in 2024. You talked about the confidence right now for Michael Funk, and he's putting it on display. I mean, looks very comfortable. Just ran a perfect line there through turn 1.
Yeah, he's looking like a veteran in this class. He's really being patient, getting that truck to go where he wants. He goes wide. Here comes Gibbs now. Does a slide job, nowhere to go for Funk. He's going to try to go that outside back. Oh, he got pinched into the K-rail.
Yeah, I don't think Gibbs knew that Funk was on the outside there.
No, he didn't.
Moved over a little bit. Now we'll find out if that damaged Funk's truck at all. I think the bigger issue is whether or not that right rear tire is still inflated.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at it as we come down in there. This is the left side of the truck.
Whoa. Well, how about Funk giving it right back to Gibbs there? Now Gibbs is going to pay the price.
Yeah, he's not messing around. He wants to win these races too, so he gave a little love tap.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Funk wanted to make quite that much contact, but repaid the favor there to Trey Gibbs, and Funk back into that 2nd spot. Carson Parrish now up into the top 3.
There's Parrish flying through that infield section. He's been fast all year long as well when he shows up.
Yeah, great to have him back with us full time here in 2024. As there is Gibbs on the hunt, trying to get past Parrish.
Man, some of these spotters need to tell their drivers where Trey Gibbs is going. He's making that infield section work on exit every time. We talk about searching for your favorite line.
Oh!
You can't stop. Oh, Parrish goes around.
Not sure what happened there to Carson Parrish.
It just snapped back.
So that will move Trey Gibbs back up into that third spot. Nothing but some real estate again between himself and Michael Funk.
Yeah, Funk knows he just better stay away from Gibbs right now. He's going to try to go as hard as he can before this halfway point. There's Johnny Holtger. We haven't said much about him here in the first half. He's been checked out on the field.
There is Johnny Holtger, the number 44 Yokohama Tires truck. Yeah, he's been on cruise control. All that chaos going on behind him has done him a huge favor.
Man, he's had so many TV problems with overheating issues, motor issues with that truck. He's finally collecting it back, and look at this battle going on. Gibbs is going to try to make that outside work, but Funk.
They make more contact. My goodness. A boxing match going on between Trey Gibbs and Michael Funk.
Watch this coming into the hellhole, Shane. Funk doesn't put up with anything.
Funk's going to take a peek to the inside to Gibbs. And again, Gibbs pitching that truck way sideways. That time Funk checked up big time as we have come to the halfway point.
I think that was good for Funk, though. He needed that halfway point to calm down a little bit.
Johnny Holtger, your leader here at the break. Trey Gibbs second, Michael Funk third, Tyler Remreed fourth. But for more on Michael Funk, what a first half run he has had, let's check in trackside with Haley Shanley.
Well, only once in all of his starts this season has he finished outside of the top 5. One, that was a DNF when he got taken out by a situation on track just a couple of rounds ago. That's Michael Funk. And with such little variance in his results, that makes him one of the most consistent guys in the class. So you wonder if the people behind him, the guys in his ear, the team personnel, if they're saying to him, okay, now what are the stepping stones to take it one step further? You've built a great foundation. And the eye test says that he's just emitting more of an authoritative drive behind the wheel, and what I'm seeing is he's not shying away from confrontation out there. He just looks a little bit more aggressive, and this is a sport that, as we know, demands that of a driver. So I think we're seeing progress from Michael Funk, that is for certain.
Brent, I think Haley was 100% correct there. You know, Pro Lite's intimidating, especially going up against guys like Trey Gibbs, Carson Parrish, proven winners, Johnny Holtger, another proven winner in the class. For Michael Funk to come in as a relative newcomer, still only 16 years old, it can take a little bit for you to feel like you belong in the class, but I think what we're seeing from the 77 right now is he feels like he deserves to run up front just like everybody else.
Yeah, and you can't be mad on him for it. He's out here to do good. He's out here to win and to put your name on the map. You have to beat the best in the business, and right now Johnny Holtger and Trey Gibbs are who he has his eyes set on. We'll see how the Yokohama Tires truck takes off at any given time.
Whoa, and Gibbs wrinkled the bedside there on Holger's truck, landing off the tabletop down in front. Whoa, and Funk up on the bike, able to set it back down, but that's going to cost him at least one spot.
Now Remreed, Tyler Remreed in that 43, he moves himself in the top 3. Look at this, that line that Gibbs likes to take. He crosses over, gets right to the bottom, gets a good drive. Johnny needs to know that the next time by, he's got to muscle his way back in front of him.
Yeah, Gibbs has been making that inside line work really well in turn 2, but he's going to have to fall back in line like you said. Meanwhile, looks like Funk able to get back around Remreed. Boy, Holtger just run away right away from Gibbs.
Yeah, he's definitely hooked up. Like I said earlier, he's had some teething problems with that brand new ride, but they got it figured out. And now he can just drive it, just go to work, put down some qualifying laps to try to stay ahead of Trey Gibbs.
Now Remreed up to the back bumper once again of Michael Funk. Remreed's gonna try to run the bottom, but Funk's just planted on the cushion right there, and he got a really great drive out of turn 1.
Yeah, he's following Trey Gibbs through the door. He's watching his lines. He's gonna try to cross back over here, staying a little bit wider, and Gibbs, he follows Holtger through the door that time.
Yeah, there is a lot of grip the further outside you go there through turn 2, which makes it even crazier that Gibbs has been making that cut down move in turn 2 work so well.
Gibbs now sneaking up to the rear of Johnny Holtger. Man, Funk hit the K-rail hard.
Oh, he's got to gather it back up. He might be in trouble as he goes into turn 5. There is Gibbs making more contact with Holtger. But Johnny Holtger didn't flinch that time. Another lap in the books. 3 minutes left before we'll see the white flag in big trouble for Michael Funk.
Yeah, it looks like he sheared the right front right off that 77.
So Funk is out of this one. Tough break. Let's go back and take another look. That damage no doubt caused by the contact with the K-rail. There you see, it's like took the wheel and maybe the whole spindle right with it.
Yeah, I think you're right. There, you can see through that tire, so definitely took the whole front end off of that truck. There's our battle for the lead going on. Johnny Holtger last time by was the quickest on the track so far.
Once again, Gibbs trying to run way down to the bottom side through turn 5.
Yeah, he's trying to set up these next 2 turns. He's trying to put it all together. The green flag's still out. Here comes Gibbs on the outside.
Wow, Gibbs just lost about half that fiberglass body off the number 5.
Yeah, that's fiberglass. It's replaceable. The frame, the structure of the truck is still there. He is on the loud pedal right now, trying to get around Johnny Holtger.
They are alongside one another. Gibbs trying to check up early and dive back to the bottom, and he might have it sealed here. He slides in front of Holtger.
Now Holtger's gonna have that preferred line. He's gonna give him a little love tap, trying to move him up the track, but that does not work that time by.
Yeah, Holtger had the preferred line, but Gibbs able to move over and just completely block that line off. Now let's watch Johnny Holtger go back to the drawing board. 90 seconds left on the clock.
Boy, both these top 2 look so comfortable in these trucks. Gibbs now opening up about a 6-7 car length gap.
Tyler Remreed still in that 3rd spot, but a good 4.5 seconds back of Trey Gibbs.
Johnny Holtger's not going away. There's some sections where he's quicker than Trey Gibbs. He's just got to get to that bumper.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. When Holtger stays planted on the cushion, he is finding a ton of speed. Look at the blue groove starting to wear in down there. We talked about the minimal track prep before this race. Gibbs once again just bouncing off the dirt berm on the outside of turn 3.
Yeah, it's hard to see from up here, and if you're in the grandstands, you can't see how deep those ruts are. You got to be careful going into them. You can go upside down or shear off a tire.
Well, 30 seconds left on the clock. That means it'll be 2 laps to go here in Pro Lite. Does Holtger have anything left in the bag of tricks? Can he run down Trey Gibbs?
Now, no, Gibbs pushes a little wide right there. Here comes Holtger once again to the inside.
That margin still about 2 truck lengths. Holtger trying the inside in turn 2. But that time Gibbs was on the preferred line right on that cushion.
Yeah, you got to give Johnny credit. He's not going away. He's trying everything. He's going outside. He's going inside.
Man, it just seems like once Gibbs' truck gets squared away down the straightaway, he just checks out once again on Holtger.
Well,
about doubled that lead compared to what he had in the infield section.
Well, the white flag being displayed one more time around this little bull ring here this weekend. Round number 9, Trey Gibbs trying to lock down another W on the weekend.
Still a great bounce back no matter how this ends for Johnny Holtger, the troubles that he's had over the last few rounds.
Yeah, it's a great solid finish. It's not over yet though.
No, Holtger is still close enough. It's going to take a mistake from Gibbs. Just 3 corners to go here at Dirt City. There's Gibbs once again, just mashing the throttle and pulling away a little bit from Holtger.
Johnny bonsaiing down into the hellhole. It's going to be a little too late for Johnny Holtger. Trey Gibbs going to get the job done once again in round 9.
Win number 7 on the season for Trey Gibbs through the first 9 rounds. But again, a great bounce back for Johnny Holtger. Maybe get some momentum back for the 44. Tyler Remreed in the number 43 on the podium as well. See Gibbs and Holtger congratulating one another. Hard-fought battle between those two. There's the full unofficial result.
Yeah, let's let it rip. Owen Van Eperen, you were telling me earlier some issues you were battling with the power steering. Did it seem like those were remedied today? You looked a bit better out there.
Yeah, it was better. I struggled in the first half. Me and CJ were getting smashed around in the back there, and he managed to get to the front better than I did today, which is where I got to get better. So yeah, we're gonna go back, do our homework, fix some of the issues we've been having. We're starting to figure the pro stock out. The last couple weekends have not been great. We're trying to figure out some things with it, but we're getting better and better. Super pumped for Barker River, one of my favorite tracks in 3 rounds there. So hoping for some good results, and yeah, we'll go hop in the turbo. But just can't thank all my sponsors enough. Everyone at Yamaha Racing, Steve, Donnie, Glenn, Jim, Power Sports 1, GYTR, Yamaloop, everyone at Beyond Redline. They do so much. Vance and Hines, Victory Sign, PCI Race Radio, Sparkle, Demon Axles, John Fitzgerald, all my friends and family, thank you.
Great race today. Owen Van Eperen. And Jeb Boodle, man, what a fight. You never quit. Was that never say die attitude? How was it from the driver's seat?
It was good. You know, Colin made an early move on me, and then CJ got me on the restart, but I just kept my head down, kept digging. I was able to follow CJ through the hole and was able to get Colin, and then it stayed like that from there on. But I just want to thank everyone who helps me get up here. 2 podiums in pro stock, 2 second places is really good for points, very consistent. And I just want to thank all the crew, my family, Mom, Dad, Haley, Matt, Jack, and then all the people that helped me get up here. Yamaha for these incredible machines. Hoosier Tire for all the grip on the track. Lucas Oil Products, Fug 21 Fuel Additives. Dirt Launch Power Sports for making these things super fast. Power Sports 1, Freedom Race Lifts, Impact Racing Gear, Method Wheels, and Trick Shot Penetrating Loops. Thank y'all.
Thanks for a great race. Jeb Boodle. CJ, it seemed like in the classes before you, they were faced against really tough conditions, but you still made it happen regardless. Was that the case for you again, tough conditions out there?
Yeah, the track, they groomed it over, and typically when we get a groomed over track in pro stock, it just ends up being a little bit more one line than normal. We just don't quite have enough power to open up the track. So it was a full-on elbows out race, I think. From first to fifth, sixth, it was elbows out the whole time. So we just kept our cool and kept picking them off one by one, and we knew we were in a good spot at the restart. And I don't know what happened on the restart that Colin stacked everybody up, and once again I got a big hit in the ass, and Colin took off at the same time, and I ended up making the same move on Jeb. And from there, it was just me and Colin trying to get inside of him anywhere I could and just keeping the pressure on. And I finally got a little bit better drive going into the back sweeper and was able to make a hole, I guess, big enough for me and Jeb to go through. And from there, we never looked back. But just want to thank all my crew, everyone at Polaris, Monster Energy, Vision Wheel, Fox Shocks, Jody Hickman, everything he does, VP Fuels and Lubricants, Impact Safety, Ames Data, Freedom Race Lifts, everyone that helps us out. Thank you guys, all you fans, for coming out on a Sunday. Hopefully the rain holds off and we can keep racing.
Congrats, CJ. CJ Greaves, winner for Pro Stock Side by Side. We'll see all 3 of these guys up in Pro Side by Side.
To catch him.
Yeah, he is one tough guy to reel in. Tyler Remery was also looking quite tough out there. You just stayed in the thick of this battle, the consistency throughout it. So what were you able to do to put together consistent laps and end up here?
Yeah, we just went out there, stayed patient. We started 5th again. We had a tough break yesterday, but was just trying to be consistent as possible. Every lap is seat time for us, so we're trying to get as fast as the other guys. And yeah, just stay consistent and hit all our marks and don't make any mistakes.
A great race today.
Thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't be here. Man, we've had a hell of a week. Yesterday we were in 2nd, had a mechanical, oil line burst, and that was just heartbreaking. And then we worked like crazy. Josh, Jacob, we've been busting our butt, and we blew a motor at ERX, so got to thank my parents, my grandparents, the whole Schmidt family, Kurt Mackey, Max's Tires. You know, they're really starting to have a really good program with us. Beyond Redline, automatic transmission design, and yeah, so thankful for all these fans, and we're going to be in Pro Side-by-Side next, so make sure you guys cheer.
We look forward to it. Tyler Remreed. Johnny Holtger, you're always fast, but in this race specifically, you were consistently the fastest guy out there. So where was that speed coming from today?
You know, I just got a dialed truck, but we were super good in the first half. It was a little difficult to get around Michael. He was driving his butt off, but just that second half, as the track started to go away, Trey could get out of the corner a little bit better than I could. But hey, I'm back on the box. I'm happy to be here, but I mean, I've been putting my team through hell and back lately, so I got to give it up to them for sticking with me, and all the fans for coming out. HBI, Yokohama, Sterlina Apparel, Victory Sign, Shape of You, Waters, everyone that helps me out and lets me do this. Thank you so much.
Great job today. Johnny Holtger, runner-up. Trey Gibbs, it is exceptionally rare in a pro truck class to sweep at Dirt City. It's just hard to find that consistency here, but it was that never say die attitude. Did things get tense at any point out there for you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was telling Johnny that was probably one of the most fun and entertaining races I've been in to date. You know, hats off to this guy. He drove a hell of a race, and you know, I had to work for it. And you know, we were just talking about that. We were throwing sliders left and right on each other, and you know, that was awesome. It was cool for us to be able to do that. I hope we put on a good show to the fans. Thank you guys for coming out. You know, that was awesome. It was a hell of a race, and you know, that one really goes off to my guys. They work their butts off and do this day in, day out for me to come out here, and you know, it's when I can do good and put it up on the top of the spot. That's what we tried to do. But you know, like I said, hats off to these guys. They ran an awesome race, and I really had to work for it today. But you know, huge shout out to the series. They put on all this racing, allow us to go racing. So hats off to them. Optima batteries, Vision wheels, Steel It, Max's Tires. Like Johnny said, I was hooked up coming out of the corners. So you know, killer product, and you know, they really helped me get up to the front today. So you know, everyone else who gets me up here, thank you guys.
Incredible. He brought the broom to Dirt City. How about Trey Gibbs?
Thank you very much, Haley. Congratulations to Trey Gibbs, Johnny Holtger, and Tyler Remreed, your top three this afternoon. We're going to step aside for a few moments, but we're going to go back side-by-side racing. Pro Mod coming up right after the break. You're watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.